Will do. My name's Jimmy. I'm from Bleeding Cool. I don't know if you remember, but about a year ago when season one was coming out, we had a little conversation.
Yeah, I do remember that actually. That was so fun. It's good to see you again.
The pleasure's all on this side of the internet. That was my first big interview and made me a big name over at Bleeding Cool. So first of all, I want to say thanks.
That's
Uh,
awesome. I love
so
it.
I want to start with saying that you've worked with some pretty heavy, big Hollywood heavy hitters in the past: Sylvester Stallone, Alfred Molina. Now you've got Amy Smart and Luke Wilson. What would you say? Can you pick one lesson that was the most important that you might have learned from some of these veterans?
I mean, I think a lot of my scenes this season were with Luke alongside Luke. And one thing was just to have fun. I mean, he is really good at improv and just adding his own flair. So I think it's like to make it authentic, just be as you as possible and the rest will follow along.
Who would you say is the? I was at the panel earlier today, and it seems like you guys get along very well. You spent 6 months together filming this last season. Who would you say is the funniest on set?
I would say I honestly think Luke and Trey have a special dynamic. They're so good with improv and just like busting each other. Um, they have a really good dynamic. I would say Luke for sure. He has he's such a veteran. Like he's come such a long way. So I think like he's definitely the funniest. He has really good improv and he's constantly making us laugh. And I think it's also the fact that we've grown closer as like a family, the JSA and Luke and Amy. So it's just everything's more comfortable and it's a lot funnier this season. So I mean not the season itself, but just being with each other. It's
The
been a lot.
vibe. So let's transition into what happened the end of last season. We saw your boyfriend dead, you killed Brainwave, and you're still kind of dealing with that at the beginning of this season. Is that correct?
Yes, definitely. So we pick up 6 months after we defeated the ISA, and we've been patrolling Blue Valley, and we're looking for like the latest villain to take down, and we can't seem to find anything. We kind of tell Courtney, hey, like this is kind of a waste of time, but lo and behold, there's Eclipso lurking around. Then we see the shade, so they're not all gone as much as we thought. As much as we thought they were, they're not. So Eclipso, I don't know if you know, but he's this powerful entity, and he feeds off of humans' fears and their deepest like insecurities. So like once he gets through to certain people on the show, on the cast, like once he gets through their insecurities, like he's able to have a lot of control. So that's going to be fun to watch.
So right at the end of last season, the end of the last episode of season one,
Mhm.
so this wouldn't be a spoiler, when you did kill Brainwave, you kind of your character kills him and then gets right back into the action and saves Courtney at the very end and doesn't really isn't really affected by it as much. Whereas at the beginning of this season, she's clearly guilt racked with guilt
Yeah.
and visiting church to express her guilt.
Hmm.
Uh, would you say that your character was in shock, or is she taking it in, or trying to decide how she wants to feel about that?
Yeah, I think that she was I think it was like a shock factor. I think it was a lot of her trying to hide from the rest of the team how she's feeling. Um, yeah, she was trying to conceal it as much as possible, but you'll see in season two that it's like a lot for her. She's really dealing with the death of Henry and the death of Brainwave and the fact that she actually did kill someone. And a lot of what she goes through is trying to justify if killing is okay. Faith is really important to her, and they focus a lot, like the show this time around, it leans heavily on like religion and just what that means to her. So yeah, I think it was a lot of masking at the end of season one, but then she actually explores it season two, and you get to see like, is she going crazy? Are these things all happening in her head or not? So yeah, it's definitely explored in season two.
these things that are happening in her head, are these the visions when she leaves the church? I have seen episodes 1 and 2. When you're kind of leaving the church, there's the visions of Brainwave, and or are those flashbacks?
Yeah, so she definitely has, she's dealing with the death of Brainwave, and she doesn't know if she's actually seeing things or hearing things, or if it's actually real. The humming of
Mhm.
Brainwave's ring becomes really apparent, and she's just like, "Am I going crazy? I need to talk to someone." And that's where she leans into her faith because she doesn't have her family to turn to anymore. To the JSA, I think she wants to look strong as possible. She doesn't want it to look like it's affected her because this is her new family, and this is like she goes to the priest, and she tries to find some comfort in that, but it's harder than she actually thought. It's a lot.
You mentioned the religion. There's a lot of religion in this season. Is it in the show in general or in your character's arc?
Oh, just my character's arc.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll see something different within each character, but with my character specifically, it does lean into the religion and just like her faith and how important that is for her and how it's gotten her through everything or doesn't get her through everything. So, um, yeah, they focus on that and how important it is for her. It's like throughout most of the season. Yeah.
Would you say, or can you say, is the hum is it possibly beginning of your own superpowers? Is it the
Ooh, that's cool. N- no, it's not. It's
okay?
not the beginning of my own. I mean, that would be really cool. But remember, Brainwave. The reason why I think she doesn't know if she's going crazy or not is because Brainwave is able to get inside of your head. Season 1, he was getting inside of Courtney's head with the ringing and everything. So I'm just like, is this my own guilt, or am I actually being controlled by Brainwave? So it's a lot of guessing in the beginning, but then she she finds out eventually what it is.
Let's talk about this season's costume. Is there some changes been made to this costume this year?
I got a lot of questions on that. I mean, we got a new suit, but it's basically a replica. I think it might be a little brighter, a little, shinier in certain spots, but no, it's the same. It's the same. And I've gotten it down with how to put it on. It now takes 20 minutes instead of an hour.
Mhm.
Um, it definitely gets easier once you've done one season. Second season, it's like,
So you're getting the prep time down from the time you see the signal in the sky to the time you're at the commissioner's office,
yeah,
right?
now they know. Yeah, now they know how long it takes for me, so they'll give me a 20-minute warning, like, Yvette, 20 minutes. So we've
And
got it down. We've got it down packed.
tell me what it's like when you put that costume on. What's the feeling when you put it on and you walk on the set? What's that experience like? Just
I mean, this second season, I was a lot more in shape. I really didn't know what
Mhm.
to expect first season. I was getting fitted and everything, but second season, like, I to fit into it feels really good. I don't know. It does make me feel like a superhero when I put it on. I mean, especially being around the JSA as a whole. Like, I feel like we're all like, it just feels like we're superheroes. We're all in our costumes. We're all like ready to go. So especially with the stunt team, I have to give big props to the stunt team because they definitely make us look so much cooler. They're so great. Like when they put on this superhero suit, I'm like, wait, do I look like that? Because that looks amazing. So I really like it. It's a fun aspect to the show, and it's always been a dream to be a superhero. So of course, it's like there's a lot of weight to that.
so let
Sure.
me get your comments, if I could, on some of the new characters on the show. Or like
Sure.
sure, let's start with Jenny. Do you believe who she says she is?
I think there's a little skepticism, she kind of comes in out of nowhere, and I don't know how much I can say, but there is skepticism, and we're all kind of wondering if we should trust who she really says she is, because we have been lied to in the past. And
Right.
you know, she claims that she's the daughter of Green Lantern, and you know, eventually the team does like welcome her in, but Courtney's guard is completely up. And um I think that's where like the doubt is, that's where the catalyst is of the doubt. Like Courtney's just like on guard, this is her team, this is, you know, she's very protective. So
Hmm. How about the Shade? We see a lot of him in
the
episode 2.
shade, oh my gosh, I could take, he's so fun, he's so great. He is he is a member of the ISA, and he arrives in Blue Valley in the second episode, and he's just in search of something. We don't know what yet, and he doesn't really want to tell us. So we're just like, do we trust this guy? Is he on our team or is he not? So we know that he's very powerful. We know that Pat knows him. But yeah, I think the thing that sparks our concern is that Pat is really worried when he comes to town. So we're just like, what's going on? There's all these secrets that aren't really revealed off the bat, and it's not until the season comes along where you actually like uncover all of the secrets. So yeah.
You mentioned Ellipso. You yourself are going through a lot of, in my opinion, dark times. So I'm wondering, will you be a target for Eclipso? Will you be on under his radar?
Oh yeah, I think everyone's a target for Eclipso. Eclipso is the big bad wolf. I mean, he preys on everyone who has insecurities, and if you're scared, it's an easy way in for him, you know. And I don't know, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about him, but he definitely is he's the big bad villain that we need to try to get rid of in Blue Valley. But it's really hard to, because I don't know if you've seen it in the comics, but you can't kill Eclipso.
Right.
So pray for us, pray for me.
What about the Shining Knight? Does he make a return this season?
The Shining Knight. Oh, we love him. He might make a return. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not, but
Okay.
I'll just say maybe for now.
Fair enough. Let me rattle off a couple things really quick then. Your favorite subplot coming up this season: Artemis Croc, Isaac Bowman, that old couple that's speaking the weird language that's acting pretty creepy, or maybe Joel McHale. What's your favorite?
I really do love Artemis Croc. Like, I feel like she has such a cool arc. And Isaac Bowen, the principal's son, like, he has a really, really cool arc this season too. Like, he surprised me. He's so good. And yeah, we have some encounters. We have some back and forth encounters that'll be fun to watch. But I would say watch out for that Isaac Bowen. He's a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
Joel McHale too, though. We love Joel McHale. Come on, who doesn't?
Well, who does, right? Who doesn't?
Great.
How couldn't you? We started pretty early on in episode 1 of asking the question, so I want to know if you can answer it for me now. Does
Sure.
Yolanda deserve to be Wildcat?
Oh, I mean, Wildcat, I think so. Yes, of course she does. I think Wildcat was made for her, and there's a reason why Courtney decided to rally her up. I mean, Courtney saw something in her that she didn't see in herself, and she really needed it. So, and Wildcat gives her this like undeniable strength that she doesn't really feel when she is herself. But you'll see, like, when the season goes along, like, it's just she comes to realize, wow, like, it's all one. I am Wildcat. Wildcat is me. It's all one. So yes, she's very deserving. Yes.
Well, right. I know I've taken up a little bit of your day. I want to thanks for your time. So let me bring this plane in for a landing with one more question.
Sure.
Last time I asked you what your favorite cereal is. This time I'd like to know, what is your favorite pizza topping, and where's your favorite place to get a slice of pizza?
Ooh, pizza topping. My favorite pizza topping, I like the one with the jalapenos and the olives and everything. I like the
Mhm.
spiciness to it. I don't really have any pizza joints. I don't eat pizza that much, but the last time I did eat pizza was at the Santa Monica Pier. That was pretty good. They give you a pretty big slice.
Pretty
So
decent
I'll
size, yeah.
recommend the Pier. There you go.
What did I miss? What do you want fans to know about Wildcat before I let you go?
I want fans to know that things aren't always as bad as they seem and to face your fears straight on because you can only run from them for so long, you know? It's better to just go head on and get it over with. Rip the band-aid off.
No, that's great advice, even if it's not from Wildcat.
The truth
Sure.
always comes to light. The truth
Right.
always comes to light.
That is true. Yolanda, thanks so much for your time. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm
Thank
sorry. I called you Yolanda. Yvette. I
We are
apologize.
one. We are all one.
Thanks for your patience. Have a great day. Thank you